Hey everybody, forehead and I am. Yes, today is day 277. And yes, this is a lunchtime story time. So boom, here we go. So how can I put this so everybody can relate to this? I'm trying to think, how can I word this? How can I say? I hope everybody's having a good Thursday or whatever the case may be. Forehead and I am day 277, like I said. Um, like we have to stop depending on people to tell the truth. Right? And I know that sounds crazy, right? And I'm not saying that everybody. You have to stop depending on people to tell the truth that you know that are never ever going to tell the truth. That's just not something that's in them. That's not something that they're going to do. That's just not a thing for them. And that's okay for them, right? What we have to start to learn to realize, and something I had to realize myself, is that if you want to know the truth, you're going to have, I know this is not this job. Y'all got to give me a second because this job is crazy. Say because you okay. Okay. All right, job. I feel you. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back on. The reason why I say that about, you have to stop depending people on telling you the truth is because of this sole reason. Like, you can be looking out for a person's best interest and they're going to look out for their best interest. So you have to know who you are and know who they are. Let me tell you something. In this recovery healing journey, a lot of us will know how a person is, and a person could tell you how they are, but you want to come in with your cake. Dun, 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 I can save them, I can change them. And that's not really a thing. People have to change and evolve on their own and in their own timeline. And you cannot get upset and mad because they didn't change on your timeline. Like, your feelings are valid. I'd be upset too, like, oh my God, like, that you gonna do this for this? What the fuck? What? Cheese and rice. The thing is this, is that you cannot depend on people to tell you the truth. Expectations is the first way to get disappointed. And some of us, like, we're in said relationship, said friendship, said environment, said in workplace, and you think like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this is good. Like, I can do this, I can trust this person. And I say this, and people get so offended when I say this, but this is the truth. I trust people to be exactly who they are. I trust people to be who they are. Like, I see how you are, and I trust you to be that person. Where I mess up, and it's just me keeping it transparent, is that because I know this, I'm volunteering to get what? Dragged. I'm volunteering to get dragged. Every time you say, okay, they say this, right? And one of my aunts told me this. I'll shout out. My aunt Shirley told me this long time ago. I'm not a long time ago. This was like maybe 2017, 2018. I just came home, right? So I had just came home, and I had been home maybe like for like, by this time, maybe like 9 months, 10 months. I had been home or whatever. And my aunt Shirley, shout out to her. She said this. She said, Alexis, when you get into relationships, right? Friendships, anything. But she said specifically relationship because I really, I was in a place in my life where, I wanted to get married. I want to have this family. I want to have my own family, and whatever that looks like for me. Like, that was my goal, right? Check it out. That genuinely was my goal. So my aunt told me this. She said, Alexis, can you accept this person how they are right now? No potential, no level up or level down. Do you? And said person was in my life for a minute. So they like, well, it's a minute to me, may not be a minute to y'all, but it was a time. And she asked me, Alexis, can you be with this person just like who they are, whether they level up, level down? Can you accept them flaws and all like this? And I lied to myself and said yes, knowing that said person was a liar. I mean, there are two different type of people in the world, right? There are people who are liars and there are people who lie. We all have lied. That's like, there are people who are evil and people who do evil things. These are two different totally people. Sometimes we can't differentiate, we don't know the difference between the two. But that is true. I'll say this, right? Is that I had to learn, and I'm still learning, that I cannot, you cannot, you cannot trust people to tell you the truth, man. You cannot trust people to tell you the truth. You cannot trust people to tell you the truth. And I know that's very pessimistic, but that is a very learning lesson I had to learn in my healing journey. I'm not in a place in my life where you can't tell me the truth. I'm not in that place because I just started telling my damn self the truth. I can't deal with nothing like that. I cannot handle that. I cannot handle it. And that's with anybody in my life. It's like, okay, I'm not doing that. I'm a recovering liar. Like lying is a disease. You have to recover from that. I'm a recovering liar. Like, what I'm saying? Lie about everything because I ain't want nobody to know the truth about anything. Not about me, how I was feeling, what I was thinking, how I was moving. None of that shit. I didn't want any of that. And this is pre-healing and recovery and a little bit during healing and recovery. I had to grow to this point. I'll just say this, right? Is that you cannot trust people to tell you the truth. Certain people you cannot trust to tell you the truth because that's just who they are. They don't have a history to telling the truth. They were bred and born not to tell the truth, to lie by any means necessary. And the thing is this, right? Check it out. We about to get surgical in this bitch. We about to get surgical. The thing is this, right? Is that being that they are this type of way, you trying to change them is effortless. It's never gonna happen. People have to evolve and change on their own timeline. So a lot of us get mad, like, how you gonna be with her? Because when you was with me, you treated me like trash. How could you do this? How could you lie about my years? But now you want to be all honest, John. People have to change and evolve naturally. There's nothing you can do. And people don't realize it has nothing to do with you. You look at the other person like, how selfish are you? Not just selfish. This ain't got nothing to do with you. You understand what I'm saying? That's so fucked up, about life. Because you know what it is? It's like, I learned this, like, you cannot trust certain people to tell the truth. And this is the main reason why. Because if you're a person that can relate to me, like you're an empath, you're a person that is so understanding, wear your heart on your sleeve, you understand it to your own detriment at times, which is not a good thing. And we talk about that in another video later. When I go live a little later, we can talk about that. But it's that they have their best interests, you have their best interests at heart, and they have their best interests at heart. And when you think about it, right, it's like, why would you want to deal with a person? Oh, this is going to sting because it stung me when I had it. This shit about to sting. This shit about to sting. Why would you want to deal with a person that doesn't know how to put themselves first? Why would you want to deal with a person that doesn't have their own best interests first? Why would you want to deal with a person that doesn't love themselves first? That makes them dangerous. Some of us walking out, we're living dangerously. Oh, let mercy. A lot of us are living like, let mercy. Let mercy. We're living very dangerous. And that's the truth. And I didn't want to admit that to myself because I would be in situations like, I know you ain't finna, let me tell you something. We have to build up, and I say we because this is a we program, right? Check it out. We have to build up our toxic immunity. And let me tell you what I mean by that. We about to get surgical in this bitch. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay. How can I give a perfect example? Remember when COVID hit, right? COVID hit, everybody's scared. We staying in the house, we got masks and gloves on, all this type of stuff, right? Boom, they come out with this vaccine. Oh, you gotta get vaccinated. But see, the vaccination, is not building up your immunity. It's not building up your immunity. It's saying, oh, I can protect you from this, but it's like, we still getting COVID even though you got the vaccination. What are you talking about? Head out. This is so dumb. All right, we're not doing that. That sounds dumb. So what did people start doing? Eating, drinking, taking pills of sea moss, getting a black seed oil, getting a moringa tea, getting a pineapple water, getting ginger tea. You know what I'm saying? Making all these different concoctions from the earth to build up their immunity. I'll give you another example. If you ever seen this movie, I got the comic book too for World War Z. I'm a comic book head. A lot of people don't know that about me. I have a lot of comic books, but that's not here nor there. Anyway, so the World War Z book, right? Let's base it off the movie with Brad Pitt. He was shooting all the zombies and shit got wild. Have you noticed in the end, like they was trying to kill off the virus. They trying to kill these zombies and kill off the virus. And what they had to do, they had to build an immunity so they wouldn't be seen by the zombies. You have to build up your toxic immunity. You have to build up your toxic immunity. A lot of us don't know how to do that. Like you sit here and a person can reject you in your face and what you got your running shoes on. I want to make you, you're going to love me. Everybody out here trying to be Effie. We're not, I'm going to make that a thing. We cannot have the Effie syndrome. You're not finna sing and pour your heart out to somebody that's rejecting because you got heavy. Because you got physically heavy, because you got emotionally heavy, because you got mentally heavy. Now they want to head out. And you know what? I'll be brutally honest. I'm about to get surgical in this bitch. It's not on them. But if you sign up to be in a relationship with somebody, if you sign up for any type of shit, if you in a boat with me, you got to know shit's gonna get a little crazy. And that doesn't mean you have to deal with it. I'm not saying that, but if you sign up for something, be 10 toes down with that and learn how to deal with that. And be honest. A lot of us are not honest. Let me tell you something. You cannot build on any type of shit, an intimate relationship, a regular relationship, a friendship, any type of shit, if the foundation is shaky. The building will collapse. Eventually, it's going to collapse. You got to work on that. Your foundation got to be hard. And a lot of us are out here trusting people, knowing that you shouldn't trust them. And you know, the sad part is that a lot of these people show you who they are. They ain't lying, but you think like, shit, I have my cape. I am who I am. They're never going to do that to me. What? They've been doing this shit for years. This ain't nothing new. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? In order to deal with any type of toxic entity, whether it be like a person, a place, a thing, any of that type of stuff, right? In order to deal with any of that, in order to be able to cope with that and find a place of peace, you're going to have to build up your tolerance. And when I mean by build up your tolerance, I mean build up your radar. You got to be able to see things. Every situation you've ever been in through life, think about this. Every situation has been a learning lesson. Stop looking at the L as a loss and look at the L as a lesson. We're going to repeat that because we got to get surgical for some of y'all. I used to do that. I look at the L like, I got to take this L. It's another L. And I had to realize that it's not another L. It's a lesson. You got to change your mind state and mindset of what your perspective is and how you look at things. Because if you always look at things negative, they're going to always be negative. It starts and ends with you. You got to stop trusting people that you know innately. You can feel it. Your intuition, your gut ain't lying. People think I'm crazy. I can feel something's wrong. And what happens? 1 month later, I was right. Like, listen, with the Lord. I walk with the Lord. You understand me? I walk with that mean. I talk to him like, and I don't be like, oh, I gotta, yo, big homie, listen, something ain't right. I need you to show me what's going on. What's up? I love you. I'm grateful. And I always start, anybody, no, nobody really reads my journal. I've read my journal to 2 people in my life. And it always starts off with Dear God. It always starts off with Dear God, because I need to show God that I'm grateful. I'm with that man wholeheartedly. He didn't pull me out of situations I didn't even think was going to happen or would be true. You understand what I'm saying? I made it this far. Give yourself some grace, and I'm learning to do that in real time. Now, forget giving somebody else it. I need to give it to my damn self. We gotta stop trusting people, not the job. I'm sorry, guys. This job is doing a lot. Come on now. Why are you doing this to me? All right, job. I hear you. I hear you, job. I hear you. Building up our radar to be able to see things. Everything that you've done in life, right? When you got slighted and people disappointed you, you disappointed yourself, all that stuff. All of that is to build up your immunity for your radar so you can see things coming. A lot of us are just go through life and still deal with the same situations, the same people, the same environment, myself included. I don't eliminate myself from this. This is an ongoing journey. This ain't like, oh, I have arrived. No, I'm arriving, but I haven't arrived. ED, like I'm here, like I'm waiting on y'all. We waiting on each other at this point. You gotta build up your radar for stuff. And I will say this: like, we gotta stop accepting things that we deem unacceptable. And everybody doesn't have to agree with your unacceptability. If I just cannot accept this, and you run into another person, a lot of us will do that. We're asking, well, what do you think I should do? You know what you should do. You know what you don't accept. The next person will be like, well, girl, I could deal with that. Not me. Not me. Any situation. It doesn't even have to be intimate. A friendship, a job with my mama, anybody. It's like, if I'm not accepting that, I'm not accepting that. We're not finna do that. You do not have to accept things, because when you accept the unacceptable, you get what? Dragged. Voluntarily, though, because you put said person in these positions. You knew that they wouldn't be able to fulfill those shoes, but you thought because of their potential that they'll be able to do that. Absolutely not. And I've been on both sides of the fence. I didn't put somebody in a position that I'm like, this is going to be great. They have potential. They could do this. Let me tell you something. And my aunt said this to me. Shout out to my aunt Shirley. I love you for this because she was the one who said this to me in 2017. She said, Alexis, if you're dealing with a person, you think about marriage, you think about really, not even marriage, like you really think about maybe proposing to this person, really them being in your life, that they your person. Before you make a decision about them being your person, before you make that decision, can you accept them just how they are right now? If you get married right now, you can accept them right now. They could be your fiance right now. All this stuff can happen right now for you. If you could just wave a magic wand, could you accept them how they are right now? And I lied and said, yes, I can. Stop lying. I told y'all lying is a disease. So what happens is that they say this, and not shout out to goddamn Samaritan goddamn village because you taught me something up there. You understand me? If you are honest with yourself, it will follow that you will be honest with others. So when you run into people that are liars understand that they not even honest with themselves because ain't no way they can be honest with you if they delusional to themselves. Some people believe their own delusions, and I ain't gonna hold you. Some people that are delusional, they make it very far because they believe their own bullshit. And that's a fucked up thing, but it's the truth. Excuse my language. It's the truth. You understand what I'm saying? I remember being delusional. I can't live in a state like that constantly. That's a lot to live in a delusion, to live in a state that's just like, okay, I'm going to believe my own lies. I'm going to believe my own bullshit, and I'm going to project it onto other people. Not only is it tired and tacky, but it's selfish. You understand? I'm gonna give y'all good. They said it was a lunchtime story time. I'm gonna give y'all a good story time, right? About how a lot of us, even when we know a person is lying, because of how we feel about them and because we look at their potential, we will believe them. We will believe said person. And when you're in a recovery journey and a healing journey, you ain't got time for that, but you're going to be tested in this way. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. Tests come left and right for me. When cheese and rice, Lord, Miss Claudia. It comes from all directions. It comes from all directions. I lie to you not. It comes from all directions. And that shit is difficult to deal with because when you're in recovery, right? And when you're on a healing process, right? You're like an exposed nerve. Everything affects you. And now you have to build up this tolerance, like I said. You got to build up this tolerance within yourself. Like your skin got to get so thick. Like, listen, I learned my lessons. I'm not dealing with this. The moment you see it, a lot of people, I'll never forget, there was an interview with Trina, right? And she was like, the moment a person cheat on her, they out. Right. The moment a person violate, they got to be out. And I say that because I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I didn't violate it and I didn't been violated. So I understand both sides. And I feel like, yeah, you should have been got rid of me. And I'm like, shit, I should have been got rid of you. And it doesn't have to be the same person. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like when you have those type of things going on in your life. Check it out. Let me explain to you about how, people only have the best interest at heart and why you have to learn who to trust and who not to trust, especially when you're in recovery, because you're an exposed nerve. You don't have drugs and alcohol to help you out anymore. What you got? The meeting? That's all you fucking got? What you got? What you gonna eat yourself to death? Because we always replace one thing with another, especially for us and those in recovery. We always replace one thing with another. A lot of people don't want to admit that in recovery, but it is the truth. When you are in recovery, you're recovering from drugs and alcohol. I'm speaking from real, true life experience. You always replace something with something else. So now I'm not drugging and drinking, but I'm going to go out and fuck everybody. Now I'm not drugging and drinking. Now I'm going to eat myself to death. Now I'm not drugging and drinking. I'm going to go and shot myself to death. Let me tell you something. A lot of us will say, life is about highs and lows, right? The key to life, and I need you to hear me on this and take this and share this with anybody that needs to hear this, right? I'm about to get surgical in this bitch. The key to life is finding out how to manage the highs and lows, not trying to balance it. Words matter. Words matter. People try to like balance things. You have to learn how to manage them highs and lows and not get addicted to it. Because a lot of us, when the highs are high, it's like, oh my God, this is the best feeling ever. And when it's low, it's like, oh my God, this is the worst feeling ever. And if you try to balance that, what's that mean? Flatline. You're dead. When you're dead, you're dead. You're dead. You don't want to be dead. You don't want to be dead. Stop trying to balance shit and learn how to manage shit. Balance and manage are two different words. We about to get surgical in this bitch. Words matter. Get your Webster out. Get your Oxford out. And look through the book. Managing something and balancing something are two different things. Trying to balance a gut, you need to learn how to manage. Manage your feelings, manage your emotions, manage the toxicity of the ups and downs, and try to eliminate that. I'm about to get surgical in this bitch. I told you I was going to share a story. Here we go. Usually, I told myself I was going to be very transparent and share this story. I was a little reluctant to share it, but here we go. So we're not going to use the timeline here, okay? I'm just going to tell y'all this. I got pregnant, right? I get pregnant or whatever, and I'm happy about it. You know, I'm dealing with said person, and I'm like, oh man, this is great. But mind you, let's hold the phone. I knew that this person was a liar. Not that they just lied. Liar, big time liar. Whole separate, two different lives. I said, okay. But I chose to ignore it. We have to stop participating in our own setbacks because we know better. We know better. But because I'm so in love, love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. Whoever told you that, love is not enough. You need more than that. You need respect. You need honesty. You need transparency. Are we about to get surgical in this bitch today? I'm pregnant. Only person I tell is the person, my mama, my grandmama, and my sister. There's only 4 people that knew that. I said, all right. I'm like, yo, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about to bring a person in this world. Like, I'm scared. And I was pretty far along. I'm like, yo, I'm scared. And you know, they all like, we got you. We gonna support you. They got you. And there was no doubt about that. The only doubt was in person number 4, which was the person that got me pregnant. Now we together. Let's stop here. Like I told you, let's run it back. If the foundation is shaky, the whole thing gonna be shaky. If the foundation is shaky, the infrastructure will collapse if you build it on that. A lot of us got building these relationships, friendships, all different type of ships on on the basis of it's not solid. You gotta have a solid foundation. You gotta know what it is and what it's not. You've got to know what it is and what it is not, because what you do when you do that, you set yourself up for failure. You set yourself up to what? Get dragged. You set yourself up to get dragged every time. I cannot tell you how many times that I said, you know, I set myself up to get dragged. Look at this shit. But let's get back to the story, right? I'm pregnant. Tell my mama, my grandmother, my sister. I tell, I don't want to call no names because I just thinking about it is just terrible. But all I can do is I have to take full accountability within myself, because it's like I put this person in a position I knew they couldn't handle. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm the CEO and you the COO, you can't be my COO. Stop making people the COO in your life, or I'm gonna pass you the ball. What? If I'm the quarterback and I'm throwing to you, why are you not catching the ball? Why are you not catching the ball? Here we go. Let's go move along. So everything is going good. I'm thinking everything is going good. Mind you, I'm the type of person, I know, and I think that's why I get so mad at myself, because I know this person wasn't shit. I already knew. But it's like when you love somebody, it's like, a lot of us do this. We try to bulldoze and force our ways into people's lives that we feel like we need and we want. Let it happen naturally. And that's what I'm learning to do. Listen, my mama pointed this out about me. She's like, you're forcing it. You're forcing it. And she was right. Mama is always right. And it depends on the type of mama you got, but you know how your mama is. You know your mama. And you know your mama right. Right? Check it out. About to get surgical in this bitch. So one day, you know, I'm laying in the bed, eating Cheetos. I never forget it. I was fucking them Cheetos up. I said, oh my God. My mom said when I was younger, I used to like Cheetos. I was addicted to Cheetos. She's like, Alex, you can't eat them damn Cheetos. I don't remember that because, you know, I don't remember certain things. You know, drugs and alcohol, this was a lot. So I'm fucking these Cheetos up. Excuse me, I'm messing these Cheetos up. Just eating shit out these Cheetos. Watching Divorce Court. And this is when Judge Lintola was on. So I'm like, get him, Judge Lintola. I was all into Tola. I love Judge Lintola. Right? Check it out. Here we go. I'm watching Judgment Toller. Person in the shower, getting ready to go out and do whatever the case may. I'm like, listen, I'm lazy. I'm sleeping. I'm drinking all this water. I'm eating these Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? I wanted all these strawberry milkshakes. It was a lot. I started loving strawberry milkshakes. That was my thing. I said, okay. Phone ringing. It say mama. I said, mama. I said, wait a minute. Ain't your mama dead? Oh Lord, now she calling from the grave. You know, you got to laugh at shit like this. When I tell you gotta stop trusting people you know you're not supposed to trust. You know why? Because you got their best interests at heart and they got their best interests at heart. Baby, I called from the grave. I said, oh, Lord, Rick Grimes was right. The dead has arrived. The dead has arisen. No, his mother's in Thriller. I said, ding, 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 ding. Oh, oh, oh. At the time, it was not funny. I said, not mama calling from the grave. I said, so I started thinking, I said, like, did he say his mama was dead? I know you said your mother, I know you said your mother passed. Like, your mother been passed. So I'm like, and a part of me is just like, oh shit, not his mama calling from the grave. So this healing and recovery. And at that time, excuse me, at that time, I wasn't healing and recovering from anything. I wasn't. I was just going along with life. I didn't realize that I had to be on a journey that would require me to cry and just journal, do all of this self-healing. I didn't look, I knew what that looked like at that time. So he in the shower, I said, I know. I know. I'm looking, I said, not the mama calling from the grave. Oh Lord. No, she was buried in Woodlawn. So now I'm on DEFCON 5. I said, I'm gonna kill everybody in here. So I said, I'm gonna MDK everybody in this motherfucker. Yes, I know. I said, I could have seen it. I said, no, this nigga said his mother. She's like, I know she said, no, he says mother is dead. Like your mother dead or alive? Like you lying about your moms? Oh, so I couldn't wait. So I'm sitting on the bed, butt ass naked, stomach looking. I look crazy. So I'm sitting there. I said, what's up? I said, what's up? So he like, what's up? He like, yeah, we the what you call it? We using he like the little shea butter shit. He's like, where the shea butter? The shea butter right there. He's like, yo. I'm like, yo, I said, you're not gonna believe who just called your phone, yo. So he like, what? He said, who called my phone? I said, yo, mama, like not from the grave. Doom, 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 doom. I felt like I was in an episode of Thriller. I didn't know what was going on. This is why I say I use it as a say. And I say this because I knew that I couldn't trust that person. I knew that, bro. I knew that I'm not the one. Let me tell you something on this app. Like, this is my real life that I share with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So, people that support me on this app in real time, I appreciate y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Because these are real life stories, and I share this with y'all to understand that y'all not the only one that been through some stuff, and you too can recover and heal. Not his mama called from the grave, and I'm sitting here with your kid, you know. As many of you know, I don't have a kid. I lost my son. And that's a whole different story. We're not going to get into that. I go to therapy for that. And I'm not willing to share that up here right now. But I would say this, like, that was a lot. You understand what I'm saying? That was a lot. And I want to say this, that whatever, like, I would have never been in that situation. And it's so crazy. You have people around you, right? That'll be like, no, you shouldn't. I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't go there. And you don't listen to the words because you're like, no, it's my life. I gotta go through my stuff. And it's like you could avoid so much stuff. But I'm a firm believer in this. Everything happens for a reason. God knows that I'm hard-headed. God, my understanding, no, I got to put my hand in the fire, like, shit. I ain't gonna do that again. But I think I like it. Let me put it back in there again. You know, I'm that person. And it's not until I have a self-realization to be like, okay, like you can't blame the other person. And like I told y'all, like you feel when somebody tried to join. I'm sorry, I can't see I can't see. I know I need glasses. I can't see. I apologize for that. Somebody tried to join to do the thing. I apologize for that. But I'm telling you, when I seen his mama calling from the grave, I said, not his mama. Oh, wait. We about to get surgical. So I know y'all want to know the tea. Let me know if y'all want to know the tea. I'm gonna tell you the tea because I can't hold it. Boom. So I answered the phone because I said, I know hey mama calling from the grave. She in the woodlawn. She's in the woodlawn. Like you said that's where your mama was. She dead and gone way before I even met you. So it's like, I know this lady ain't alive. Not this doom. I said, not this is the real love. Except midnight. Oh, I gotta laugh now. I was pregnant, hot, bothered, eating Cheetos, watching Judge Lintola. You know, Judge Lintola is like, if a man tells you A, he does B, believe B because A is what he wants you to believe. And I said, yeah, Judge Lintola. Next thing you know, the mama calling from the grave. I said, oh, shit, here we go. It's about to get surgical. So I answered the phone. I'm like, hello? I'm crazy, y'all. I'm like, hello? I thought you was on your way over here. I said, bitch, not you got your wings out. I'm all the way pregnant. I just went all the way. It was so bad. And I share that with y'all because for me, I should have been a comedian. For me, I learned to laugh at certain things. And, you know, I wasn't always like that. I'm not going to lie. I feel like my sister influenced that one, too. I can't say I was like that, but I wasn't really. But I feel like my sister helped me out with that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as far as like laughing at my pain, because what you gonna do? You can't change it. All you can do is evolve and move like this. Let me tell you something. We gotta stop trusting people that you know you're not supposed to trust. God, all of us were born with discernment. Whether you believe in God or not, all of us were born with some type of discernment to discern what is righteous and not what is good, bad. We all got that discernment. Do not allow that to escape you. And I encourage all y'all to get y'all gut health together. Because if you sitting there eating cheeseburgers and Cheetos and nachos, you can't get that stuff together. You all confused. Get you some sea moss, get you some black seed oil, you get you some water. You ain't even got to do that extra regular. Get you some water. How was the last time you took a shit? And a lot, people don't understand. When you're really constipated, you're emotionally constipated as well. A lot of us, I was an emotionally constipated person. I would never forget. I had a best friend at the time. I would never forget this. She was going through a situation. I looked at her and I said, tell that bitch how you feel. Tell him how you feel. I would, and she was like, I'll never forget to tell me. Yes, tell him how you feel. Don't hold that. Don't hold it in. Shit. You gotta pick and choose your battles. I'm a big believer in that. You got to tell people how you feel. If they're in your life and they say they fuck with you and they rock with you and they do that, tell these people how you feel. That's a part of your healing journey. The things that, let me tell you something about a healing journey and a recovery journey. One, it ain't easy. We all know that you're gonna cry, booger, snots, and all of this. You know what I'm saying? What it is that like you have to kill that version of yourself that accepts and allows the bullshit. And you notice people will get mad at you because one day you'll wake up and be like, I ain't doing this. And that's what happened to me. I'm not doing this. Because when I'm lying to myself, essentially I'm lying to you. I'm making something seem like I'm okay with something I know that is unacceptable to me and I will never be okay with. Stop being okay with things that you're not okay with. And this is now day 277. And I keep learning and going along. And you ain't got to be recovering from drugs and alcohol. You can be recovering from depression, anxiety, rejection, abandonment issues, controlling issues, recovering from getting out of your own way. And I share this with y'all and I go live with y'all because I like, if you look through my phone, I have a whole Samsung Notes full of topics that just come to my head, things that I've gone through. I'm like, yo, I need to share this with somebody. I need to share this with somebody. I need to share this with somebody. Y'all need to hear this shit, man. You understand? People have this delusion that recovery is great. It gets there, but it's an ongoing journey. That's what people say. I'm recovered. I'm healed. You lying. Be careful of people like that. I don't care how much time a person. I done seen somebody with 42 years relapse. Are you dumb? I done seen people with 25 years relapse. Are you dumb? That's an ongoing thing. You got to show up every day for this shit. This is not something you be like, I'm well. you well. That's like a person that's diabetic. You can get rid of diabetes, but if you start going back to your old ways, you just want to be reckless, do what you do. What you got? Diabetes, yay. What's wrong? What's the problem? And I want to tell people, stop overextending yourself. That's what I used to do. And that's why I talked about that situation. I overextended myself, knowing that the person wasn't shit. Knowing this, knowing that, and you know, it's so crazy. They be upfront about it, and it's like, no, I can save them. I can save them. And a lot of us are just born that way. You've been bred to do this. You've been put in a position, and that's how I feel. I've been put in a position to help and heal people, and instead of doing that to my own detriment, I'm going to do it as I see fit to say, hey, I'm here, but you're not going to kill me. You're not going to kill me. A lot of us do that to our own detriment. And I'm that person. I know it's a lot of y'all out there like that. You sit here and you cater to people. You cook for them. You clean for them. You're there for them. You're their therapist. You're their sex partner. You're their everything. You do everything. And they can't show up for you the way you ask. But you showing up for them in a way they didn't even have to ask. You know what they say? I didn't ask for that. Not you didn't ask for that. You know how hurtful that is for a person to say that to you? And if somebody's ever said that to you, don't give up. Don't stop being you because you then ran into some ungrateful. Don't do that because you didn't ran into some ungrateful motherfucker. Deal with what you got to deal with. Let me tell you something. I had to realize some things over this past weekend, like I told you on my last live, that it ain't even have nothing to do with the person. Well, it had something to do with the person, but not fuck them, but let's push them to the side for right now. Okay? And let's take full accountability for what I gotta work on. Because now my radar need to be up. My radar need to be up. So I'm not allowed to deal with these type of people anymore. That's not okay. Stop accepting things that you know that you are not okay with. I don't care if it's so minute. I don't care if they got long toenails. If you don't like them long toenails, don't be with that long toenail fool. You ain't got to be with long toenails. You can be with somebody that cut their nails. Shit, anything. You do not have to do that. I'm telling you. Don't let anybody Jedi mind trick you to do anything that's not for you. Okay? Because people going to try to sneak back in your life when they see you doing good. People going to try to sneak. No, The door is closed. You better hit them with the Nene Leaks. The door is closed. Or hit them with the Porsche. Wrong road. Wrong road. Wrong road. We're not going down the wrong road. And don't be ashamed of your journey. Let me tell you something. It would be so many times. I'm not even going to hold y'all. Like, I would be so ashamed of the choices I make and the things I did. You know what I'm saying? I had people that I thought had my back in life expose me, exploit me, everything. But those same people like, oh, she was on drugs. Oh, she was drinking. And now I'm getting paper. Are you dumb? And it's not even about the paper. It's about how I feel about myself. Can't nobody talk more bad about you than you've done yourself. Can't nobody call me. Let me tell you something. Can't nobody talk bad about me as much as bad as I talk about myself. I had somebody in my life that I thought was my road dog that was down for me, that told me that I was not allowed to be in their life. Because how I was, and at this time, I was just getting myself together. But you know, I had to understand that. And I'm okay with that today. Did it hurt? Yes. But I realized this, that I can't let that shake my foundation. Stop building fake foundations. Stop trusting people you know you're not supposed to trust. Because when you do that, let me tell you something about them. You got their best interests at heart. You want to see them win, and they can legit maybe want to see you win, but they not showing up the way you showing up. They're not doing it. All right? And you don't have to put up with somebody not doing what is something required to you. If they're not giving you reassurance. Let me tell you something about me and what something that I require. I'm a type of person that when I love you, when I'm talking about love you, when I'm in love with you, I send you gifts for no reason. I pay attention to if I know if you like a certain type of thing, like if you look like a certain type of book or certain type of clothes or certain type of watch or certain type of sneakers or whatever, I'm gonna make sure I send that to you. You understand what I'm saying? You may not say you don't believe in certain things that I believe in, maybe like the holidays or whatever. But I know if you say, okay, I like this, how I believe in this, or I would like this for this, I would go out of my way to make sure, okay, I remember you said that. I have a goddamn Samsung note I have a Samsung note of what, if I'm dealing with you, what you like, what you don't like. First day we met, first day we kissed, first day you said I love you, all that. I'm intentional. You need to deal with people that are intentional in your life, especially if you're going through a recovery and healing journey, because you need that, because you lack that. There wasn't nobody there for you like that, and you require that. And if they can't give you what you require, what the fuck you doing? Let me tell you something. If what you deserve is not equal to what you are getting, there's a problem. If what you deserve is not what you are getting, that is a problem. And I say it so passionately because it makes me so emotional, because there's so many times in life that I just settle for breadcrumbs. I got to ask you to do certain things. When I send you edible arrangements for no reason, just because I'm thinking about you. When I send you gifts and subscriptions just because I know this is what you like, because I'm intentional with you, because I know and I pay attention. Stop dealing with people that don't pay attention to you. Yeah, I got a little aggressive right there because that got me all in my field skis. I was in my field skis. But I'm gonna get out my field skis. I need my seltzer water. I don't know where the fuck that is at this point, but I need it. I need some salmon too. I'm about to get me a salmon salad. I'm so fucking hungry. And I found that's besides the place. I found this seafood spot all the way downtown that can give me wholesale seafood that I need in my life, because I'm tired of buying salmon. I like salmon, and like my mother eats she eat, is it kingfish, bluefish, redfish, toothfish? I don't know. She eats something. Gotta get her that stuff too. But anyway, I say that to y'all. So I hope this is an inspiration that, and for me, it's not like I got all this time acquired and I'm so enlightened, but I get enlightened every day. And I want to share this with y'all every day to know that the struggle is real. I go through shit and it is real. You understand? This weekend was very tumultuous for me. You know what I'm saying? It was tumultuous because I had to come to realizations about myself, and I had to come to realizations about the person that I love. And that was a lot to deal with, and making said decisions, not even based off them. And that's not just to disregard them, but more so for me, and realize that, nah, you knew this was shaky. It was built on lies. You don't, and that's me being brutally honest, not even brutally honest. I don't want to treat myself brutal. I'm going to treat y'all brutal. That's the truth. That's the truth. And it's for men and women both. We go around here dealing with people, dealing with friends, knowing the foundation is shaky, knowing they talking about you, knowing they downgrading you, knowing they talking about you, your family, your kids, all of that stuff. And we still like, oh, we gonna stay. Why? Because of longevity. Don't let longevity get you confused. Let me tell you something, man. Get your shit together. All right? Get your shit together. And what I mean by get your shit together is realize the role that you play. Don't stop focusing on other people. Because see, horses have blinders for a reason. Because if the horse go like this, he start looking at other people. He's like, oh shit, he going all over here. That's why they have this. Keep your blinders on. Sometimes you got to keep your blinders on. You can still be aware of what's going around you, even if you keep your blinders on. Don't let these people get you jammed up, making you think that, because you can you know what happens? Some of us, because we wasn't getting what we wanted in the last relationship or the last friendship, we tend to gravitate to something because we wasn't getting that. Now that we getting that, it's like, oh, this is the best. But you don't realize the shit that they giving you, you could give yourself. You ever realize that? You ever realize that? You got to take a responsibility and accountability, man. Don't be a willing participant in your own setbacks. And a lot of us feel like we run it, we doing good, but all you doing is running in place. Are you really moving though? And I had to realize that. Are you really moving though? Are you really moving though? A lot of people are running so fast in the same place, going nowhere. Because when you don't deal with said things, they always going to manifest and nothing is going to work out for you. And that's what I had to realize. You understand what I'm saying? It's not only that person, it's me. I can't do nothing about what the fuck they doing. That's them. They got to deal with their own shit. And Alexis has to deal with what she has to deal with if I want something real and genuine. And accepting the fact that you cannot trust everybody. You cannot. You cannot. And you got to know who you can't trust. You knew you couldn't trust this person. Why? Why? And I'm going to be honest with you. You know why? Because you looking out for their best interest and they looking out for their best interest. And you looking out for them and they looking out for them. Who the hell is looking out for you in real time? See what you need to see. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm going to preach this to the day I die. You understand me? Stop accepting the unacceptable. Because whatever is unacceptable to you, that's you. If you're a type of person to say, I can't deal with this, that's okay. If you cannot deal with this, if you're in a position that you can't deal with stuff, it's okay. You don't got to explain yourself. People ask me questions all the time. I'll be like, yo, it's raining out. I start talking about the weather and dumb shit. I'm not answering that. I'm not answering it. I'm not answering you, bro. I will not answer you. I'm the queen of that. Yo, it's raining out. My mom hates that. She's like, no, it's raining out. It's raining. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not answering. Whatever whatever you feel like is unacceptable to you. Stop asking your friends, oh girl, what you think about this? It's all right, you can ask them, but they not you. She can accept certain things because she's built a certain type of way. Like, listen, he can cheat, I'm cheating, we getting this money, I don't give a fuck. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with a situation like that. Girl, do you. Okay? Get your money, do you. If you know that you're not like that and you're a feeler and it's like, nah, fuck if we doing all of this. I don't like this. I can't get jiggy with this. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay. Stop accepting things you think other people are supposed to be okay with because you want them to accept you. Well, girl, he should have got his money. I'm not that type of person. I got my own. I don't need that. I don't need your money. I don't need anything from you. Are you dumb? Don't make people make you feel inadequate or like you crazy because you can't accept certain things because of this culture we live in today. Come on, man. Come on. That's real shit. Stop. You cannot fit a square into a circle. And that's not calling you a square. You can't fit any other shape into another shape. You cannot do that. Stop doing that. It ain't for you. And that's okay. And if you gotta cry about it, because I'm probably gonna cry later because I'm emotional today. I don't know what's going on. I told y'all Sunday was all bad. I never cried so much. My mother was like, you need some water for more of your tears? I said, it's that generational shit. They don't fucking get it. It's like, oh my God, that's not okay. Like, healing, you can't say things like that. You're supposed to be like a little more sporting, but it's a generational thing. They don't get it. And I'm okay with that. I just want to say, stop accepting things that's not acceptable. You understand? You ain't got to do that. A lot of us do that. I don't care if it's so minute. You do not have to do that. Trust me. And that shit gonna hurt because we're so used to accepting things. We're so used to putting ourselves last. We're so used to putting another person first. We're so used to healing other people that we forget to heal ourselves, that when we stop, because what it is like we have a hole, right? We have a hole. And this is for most social worker counselors. This is for most counselors. So I'm about to get surgical with this shit real quick. It's for most counselors. Most counselors already have this abandonment issue, this detachment issue, whatever. So what we do is we use our clients as a distraction. Put them in a hole, And it takes it takes a certain type of counselor. Shout out to my coach. I gotta share her stuff. I love my coach. My coach, Lila, is the best. Lila is the best coach I know. What we have to stop doing is stop filling that hole with these unnecessary distractions. Take that out and really fill it with things that we need to recover from. We need to get from. It's okay to be in recovery. It's okay to be healing from some stuff. That's okay. And you're going to get tried and tested. People going to try you and test you. You could be doing good all along, and then here come this one, and here come that one. Come on, man. I had my ex reach out to me and tried to physically fight me. Can't even say, that's a long story. Upset. Oh, you doing good now? Yeah, because you doubted it. You doubted it, right? Let me tell you a prayer that I say to God, and I'm gonna let y'all go on this. I know this is gonna sound petty, but it's not petty. It's me being real. Whenever people do things to me, right? Whenever things happen, I never wish them bad. Ever. I never wish them bad. I just ask God, please let me see it. Whatever the get back is that you finna get, please let me see it. I am dying to see it. So I can be like, Caw, wings is out. I know that's right. Big bed, but the not the burly bed. I turned into a whole chicken head, and that's all right. But yeah, so I just want to say that it's okay that things are unacceptable. This is not just for women. This is for men as well. Whatever you don't accept, it's okay. Stop lying to yourself. How you gonna build a real foundation with somebody? And another thing, I want to talk about this real quick. I'm gonna tag on this. A lot of people like, oh, you need to get your lick back. I'll say this about that when it comes to people and getting your lick back. And lick back doesn't always mean like, a jab on a slab or whatever the case may be. I'll just say this though, from lived experience. When you're in your 20s, you in your early 20s, you're doing stuff like that. I can understand stuff like that because you're young and you don't know any better. You have to go through your cycles. I totally understand that. I totally understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that when you get to a certain point in your life, and nobody knows when you're going to get to that point because it's not with, I ain't gonna say it's not with age, because when you get a certain age, it's just like things just change for you. For me, I would say this. I want to listen. I got flown to Jamaica for my lick back. I wish it would, but I was young and I was in my 20s and stuff like that. It was, whatever. But I would just say this. At this point, like, I want a real family. I want a real foundation. I can't even say at this point. I'm saying for the last 3 years, like, I want a real foundation. I want something real. I want to be able to have a family with somebody, even if it's just me and that other person. Even if we decide to have kids or whatever it is, I want some real shit. And a lot of us be out here fronting. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go fuck her friend. I'm going to go fuck his friend. I'm going to go do this. Man, that shit is corny. You tired and tacky. It's tired and tacky. Let's be honest. Unless I ain't going to hold you. With age comes wisdom. Age and wisdom is because you have to live through some shit to understand some shit. So if you young and you don't get it, and it's okay, do you get your lickety licks, your lickety splits, do what you got to do. But as you get older, you realize that's not something you want to do. Like, even though a person shitted on me, you understand what I'm saying? Cheated on me. And listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Y'all know me. People that know me. Fool, Win, Mel, I don't have to name no name. Sheila, you know me. You understand me? You know me. The queen of the lick back. You shit me? Oh, I can revenge. I feed off of it. And as I got older, I realized that that's not okay. I don't want to live like that. I want a real family. I want something. I don't want to be tired and tacky. I don't want to be in these streets lying, hiding numbers, hiding phones, lying about lunch dates, lying about any type of shit. I don't want to be lying, and I don't want to lie. I just want something real. And it's so bad that people are so damaged, they don't even know something real when they got it. And that is not your fault. That's between them and Jesus that they do or do not believe in. All right? And I just want to share that with y'all. Like, stop accepting things that are unacceptable to you. You do yourself a disservice. You set yourself back. Stop being a part of your setbacks, man. You ain't got to do that shit no more. And I'm passionate about it because, I'm so emotional. It's like, this past weekend, I found out a lot about myself, and I'm a willing participant in my own setbacks. And it took somebody else to tell me that about dealing with insecurities, dealing with rejection, dealing with abandonment issues, and realizing that certain things I ain't never going to accept in a relationship, friendship, whatever type of shit. I cannot do that. And I would be doing a disservice to myself and hurting myself even more, compounding the situations that I'm still dealing. So I'm still dealing with stuff, but then I'm still compounding it. You understand what I'm saying? So I love y'all. I appreciate all the love and support on this app. Thank y'all. This is me being real and honest. I appreciate y'all accepting my realness and honesty and going with me through my healing and recovery journey, because it wasn't easy. Sunday was the hardest day in my life. Yo, I'll share this with y'all. So when I left the situation or whatever, somebody did some type of fraud shit on my account, right? So now it's like when I go to the TD Bank app, it's the fraud account that's still open because it has deposits coming in. I have 30 days to fix that. The regular account and the savings account. Now I'm trying to move money around so I can get a lift from where I'm at. It would not work saying that, oh, the card that I have attached, I got to get another card, all of this stuff. So I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I had to take the train at 3:45 a.m. all the way home. That ride was an hour and 27 fucking minutes. And in that hour and 27 minutes, I haven't been on a train at 3 o'clock in the morning since I was in my early 20s coming from the fucking village or whatever party me and Renee was going to at that time. And that's the fucking truth. And to sit there and have that all that time to think about everything, about what I did with everything was just like, I never want to go through that again. And I never want to feel like that again. And I played myself. And I got to be honest about that. And the role that I played and how violent I am, or can become, rather, when I'm upset. And it just made me think like, damn, you here again at your big age. You ain't been here in what, 10 years, 13 years. You got a whole driver's license, bitch. What the fuck are you doing on the train at 3 o'clock in the morning? Mama worried. And it's so crazy. I didn't even tell my mother what was going on. She called like, what happened? And I'm like, God damn, God, what you had on the back phone? What the fuck was going on? And it's just like, I got a lot of growing up and learning to do, even at this age. And I can't even say that. It's just like, when you realize something and then putting what you realize and implementing that and stop fucking around. And that's what I feel like doing. I feel like I've used a lot of people, places, and things as distractions from what I'm supposed to be doing and where I'm supposed to be at. And that's just me telling y'all the truth. And that comes from me accepting things that are not acceptable, being complacent, being okay, being a creature of habit to say, okay, now I'm afraid to go here because I don't know what's there, but I know what's here, so I'm going to stay here. That's the dumbest shit you can do. Because whatever you going for that's new, whether it's the big light or the train, it's a lesson regardless. And I want to share that with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So, excuse me. It's day 277. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. I appreciate it. I'm always going to be honest with y'all because it says that if I'm honest with myself, I can be honest with others. And my honesty seems to just be pouring out at this point about how I feel about things, the direction I want to go and where I see myself. And I hope that y'all are able to do that for yourself and stop accepting things that are unacceptable. And that's just not for women. That's for men too. Stop accepting things that are unacceptable. And that doesn't make you a simp, a bitch, a pussy, or none of that stuff. Whatever's unacceptable to you is unacceptable, period. And you don't have to explain your unacceptability. Yo, listen, this is unacceptable and I'm not tolerating it. And a lot of us do that. And that's why we get dragged. And I've been dragged and I have dragged people. So I can understand both sides. All right. So this is foreheadandi. I appreciate this. I'm about to go get me a salmon salad because I'm hungry as hell. And probably take a little nappy nap. I got to start work early apparently. So, I'm supposed to start work at 9. But apparently I got to start it at 6. So, I was going to do another live later, but I got to start work at 6. And it takes me about an hour to get myself mentally prepared because as I'm, using this platform as my therapy and also my own therapist and to help and, to contribute to whoever needs that. You understand? Because I know there was a time that I really needed it, and there were people in my life the people that's still in my life that helped me get to this point. I didn't get here by myself. I utilized my team. I appreciate my team. And remember, it only takes 2 people to make a team. All right. So I just want to let y'all know that. Stop accepting things that are that's unacceptable to you. All right. Foreheadandi.